Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Department in the Spotlight. I'm Captain Lloyd Mack. With me is,
Command Master Chief Tisdale.
and today we have a special guest, Chief Turner, who hails from our security department. It's one of the good departments that we have on base. They're all good, but just want to make sure that you're aware that the security department is one of those that keeps us safe. So with that, Chief, I'll turn it over to you.
Yes, sir. I'd like to just highlight a few of the things that we've got going on because we have had a busy year, and next year it's going to be a busy year for us also.
Okay.
So we have quite a few inspections that are coming up. So in the springtime, we're going to have our CNO Mission Assurance Assessment. It's one of large inspections for security and emergency management. We are also going to have a CNIC CART inspection, which is a comprehensive check of security.
Okay.
And then we're going to follow up with an MWD inspection as well from Region. So that's
awesome.
our military working dogs.
Oh, okay.
They're going to have an inspection as well. So.
Yeah, I want to say something about the military working dogs. They are a great asset. They are especially good for our base.
Yes,
and
sir.
they've done some great work for our surrounding bases. So kudos to the security department and our military working dog program. Outstanding job that they do. So thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So as well with them, we've also had a busy year with instructions. So we've just revisited an instruction for access control.
Yeah, that instruction is something that's gotten me in the little hot seat a little bit. So let's talk about it real quick.
So for those of you who might know, it's the 5512.9 Foxtrot. That is our access control instruction. A couple of the key changes to that, we have our sponsoring of guests. So as people know, it used to be E7 and senior or civilian equivalent were allowed to actually bring on a guest, vouch for them in their vehicle, and head on to the base. To bring us within compliance with instruction, we now have a policy in place where everybody must obtain a guest pass. So physically get out of your vehicle, go in, take your guest, and sign every member in, sir.
Okay, that sounds cumbersome, but in order to be in compliance, I guess that's what we have to do.
Yes, sir. It allows us full accountability for exactly who's on the base.
Okay.
We've also limited the amount of people personnel can bring. So E7 and senior, again, we're allowed to bring 11 people with 3 vehicles. Now we've done that across the board to where it's 7 people and 2 vehicles per sponsor.
Okay, so that means, if I brought 7 guests, my wife could also bring 7.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay, and I think we also have a policy for dependent children as well?
Yes, sir. For dependent children, we have a policy that says they're allowed to bring 7 guests, but they are not allowed to bring on vehicles. So only 7 guests.
That seems fair, and it's a small price to pay to ensure that we are accountable for the folks that are on the base to ensure the safety of our residents.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. With the children, I'd like to clarify that to be it's 16 and 17 years. So the minimum age to escort is 16 years of
Okay.
age.
All right.
It's a responsibility concern, sir.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
So what about for folks who don't necessarily live on base but work on the base?
Okay, yes, so that's a great question, sir. There is a program we have, it's a house guest pass. Like you said, it's not just that you live on base, but it's you work on base also. So if you are an off-base resident or a young sailor living in the barracks, you are allowed to get this house guest pass, maybe for the Gateway Inn and Suites or the Navy Lodge, but this is an option. There are some requirements that come with this, though. You have to submit the house guest pass request form.
Okay.
That form is signed by your chain of command, routed through housing, then security. With that form, we ask you to attach a copy of your guest passport and proof of $100,000 of medical insurance.
Okay, seems quite hefty.
It is, but it's not too bad. It's not too expensive to obtain.
Okay.
And that will grant them escorted access only.
Okay.
There is a policy in place if they would like unescorted access for U.S. citizens. That is done internally. They'll complete a background check form, sir. We'll do that. It takes about a 1-week lead time, and they are allowed to get unescorted access pending a positive result with no derogatory information on the background check.
So what about our Japanese friends?
Okay, we do have something in place to cover that as well. For Japanese and other third country nationals, they are allowed to bring on and have unescorted access, but it is a lengthy process, sir. It takes about 30 to 60 days for approval, so proper planning would be necessary for that.
Okay. These forms that you talk about that have to be filled out, are they available online?
They are available on the website where the instruction is located. They are the enclosures to that, but they're also available in our Pass and ID office located at the main gate, sir.
And what means can we turn these forms in?
So scanned documents can be emailed to myself, adam.turner@navy or at fe.navy.mil,
Okay.
or they can be simply brought into the office and turned in over to the Pass and ID office.
Okay. So once we have those passes, what about turning them in?
Very important. So in order to keep yourself off of that DINK list and violators list, please return your passes. You can do that at the red boxes that are located on the outbound lane when you're leaving out of the base, and there's also one located at the entrance of Pass and ID. Just return your box there before the pass expires. We'll collect them in the morning, and you'll be good to go, sir.
Well, speaking of expiring, I think we have come to the time that we were allotted. So, Chief, I want to thank you for participating in Department of the Spotlight.
My pleasure, sir.
Again, thank you to you and the Security Department for all the work that you do, ensuring the safety of our residents and ensuring that we have someone to turn to in need. So, again, thank you. And for the folks visiting with us out there in TV land, I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you again next week.